So hear me out. I'm not understanding how anybody would have an attitude or be mad or have anything to say about how she's making her money. She's letting you know exactly right here up front. There's only a specific type of guy that would fall in this range anyhow. So some of the people that are responding wouldn't even be in her target.
Hey girls, so I want to give you girls some more tips on how I ask guys for money and how I invest in it. So after I already asked guys for a few favors and I already got them in the habit of giving me money, and I think it's the right time. I don't say allowance. I don't say, can you help me out? I say, hey baby, can you set up a direct deposit? And you have to make it seem like it's convenient for both of you guys. So when you do say that, say, I just really want to focus on the relationship and I don't want to be asking for any more money. I want my focus more to be on us. So it's going to make him, since he's already a provider, be in the habit of doing that and say yes. So whatever your bills are, if your bills are $2,000 a month, say $6,000. So you need to remember, these guys are millionaires. $1,000 to them is like $10. So even if they cannot do $6,000, they say, I can't do $6,000, but maybe later on in the relationship we can move it up. Say yeah, but if he's only able to do $3K, you're still able to pay your rent, and the other $1,000 you can invest in your business or into stocks or whatever. So always say the amount triple or twice. So whatever extra money you have, you're able to invest in it, buy for a car, whatnot. And yeah, so I'm trying to think, this is after a while, you girls should have like common sense when you know it's like the right time to ask to get put on the direct deposit. So yeah, so that's all I do. I basically just get them in the habit of providing for me, and by the time I'll not say allowance, because that's kind of like, you don't want to seem like you're using it for your money or whatever.
Hear me out. So regardless, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much money you making. That's a direct deposit? 3 to 6,000 a month? What? I don't, what? Yo, these guys doing that are straight simps. It is what it is. I can't be mad at her. I ain't mad at her. She's getting it how she lives. Oh my goodness. Figure how many, so she could have two of those guys and make 6,000 to 12,000 a month. Suckers.
It's like I leave the opportunities open. Even though I know I'm never going to have sex with these guys.
I would highly encourage and recommend.
So this guy, I want you to hear it. Listen to him, man. Pay attention to this
out
guy.
There, go and watch her whole video and then come back and watch this one. And I'll tell you why. Oh, you cannot make this shit up. So, just some background for those of y'all that don't know who I am. I have been a sex worker for over 9 years. I'm currently
so he understands the
film
profession.
Industry. I've been in the industry about 3 years.
So real quick, so he understands the profession. He understands the business. He should understand exactly how it works in exchanges.
During the span of time, I've been a sex worker. So over the past 9 years, I've been in about, I want to say 3 or 4 relationships. In my most recent relationship, I got into a relationship with someone who was also a sex worker, someone who was also in the adult film industry, and let's just say there's a reason she's my ex. And the advice given in this video is a contributing factor to why, and I'll explain. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm kind of ashamed and embarrassed to even be telling this story, but
and he should be, for all the right reasons.
This video really just prompted me to want to share this with you guys, just so that hopefully y'all could avoid doing what the fuck I did and avoid
Please take
being
notes.
a casualty of this kind of woman's advice and suggestions.
He's crying or laughing. What is
So, my ex had a sugar daddy, right? And without much context, she utilized these methods on her sugar daddy, right? This woman managed to finesse this guy out of thousands. I'm talking about over $10,000 to $20,000 a month. I cannot make this shit up. And no, I was not benefiting off of this. I do not support this kind of behavior. I just want to let y'all know I am not a pimp. And I can only imagine what she promised this man to get that kind of bag out of him. But
So hear me out. At that point, you were just riding the wave. Whether you agreed if she was going to do it or not, she was already doing it. You said she was using the method of not sleeping with him. So if she wasn't sleeping with him and she was getting $10,000 to $20,000 a month, why would you not ride the wave and come up to? That's what any other female would have done. Any other female would let you go get a bag and let you start coming up, and I bet you she prosper with you. I bet you she come up and eat too. And you go turn that away. Nobody said you had to be a pimp. You're not pimping. She's already doing it. You're not telling her to do it. Pimping is telling her to go do it, telling her how to make those moves. That's not what he did. Please take notes. Don't do that. Follow and ride the wave.
Just because a guy takes you to a nice dinner or does something nice for you.
Look, Miss Roxy, I don't know you, but as somebody who supports sex work, I got a couple things to say about this. And I really hope that you and the women that are liking and commenting on this video, supporting you, really listen to what I say and take it in the spirit that it's given. First and foremost, you are not a sugar baby. And the reason why I say that is because if you were a sugar baby, you would be a sex worker. And sex workers, there's an exchange going on. What you are doing is scamming people. You are a scammer. And not only are you scamming those men out of the money that they're giving you, but you are also screwing it up for other sex workers. And I don't think you realize that. Women have fought long and hard for the place that they're at in the...
I have to say something. So first things first, he let you know he is paying. He is definitely paying. Let me hear. I got to hear this one more time. When he comes in, he's letting you know he's paying for it.
Does something nice for you.
Look, Miss Roxy, I don't know you, but as somebody who supports sex work, I got a couple things to say about this. And I really hope that you and the women that are liking and commenting on this video, supporting you, really listen to what I say and take it in the spirit that it's given. First and foremost, you are not a sugar baby. And the reason why I say that is because if you were a sugar baby, you would be a sex worker. And sex workers, there's an exchange going on. What you are doing is scamming people. You are a scammer.
He got scammed.
And not only are you scamming those men out of the money that they're giving you, but you are also screwing it up for other sex workers. And I don't think you realize that.
He said you're screwing it up for other sex workers, meaning if he don't get to play, he's not going to pay. So he wants to play what he pays. Oh my goodness. I mean, I was always taught fair exchange is no robbery.
Women have fought long and hard for the place that they're at in the sex work industry, which is not far. They're not very far at all. And all you're doing is sweeping away that little bit of dust that they were able to get. I mean, hell, one of their biggest reasons for why sex work needs to be destigmatized and legalized is because it is a business, just like any other store that you would go into to purchase product of any kind. Now, you are right.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I have to stop right there. He said it's only need to be because it's a business, not because women have been getting raped and murdered. This guy here.
Just because a guy takes you out to dinner, just because a guy buys you things, does not mean that a man is entitled to your body. That is 100% true. However, this is one of those very rare cases, and I mean very, very rare cases, where that's not exactly the case. Now, let me explain that, okay? If you're going out with a guy, just a normal date, and there's no talk about anything being on the table, then yeah, you don't owe him anything. But if you are a sugar baby, if you're giving yourself that title, that within it means that there's that exchange. If I'm taking a girl out and she's going to be my sugar baby, the expectation is I'm going to be paying for her meal, and in exchange, I get from her what I would like from her. I am all.
Let me ask you. So, when the women, what women is this guy dating? What day and time did you go out on a date? And before you went out on a date with the female, the arrangements were that if she gives it up, you're gonna pay for the meal, or if you pay for the meal, she says she's gonna give it up. When did they start even having that conversation? I've never. What is this guy's name? Derbibi. This guy's a creep.
Also going to add in that men most of the time kill for three kind of big reasons,
Whoa,
okay? Money, sex, and power. And by you doing what you're doing, you're messing with two of those. Men have murdered people for one of those things. Men have murdered for zero of those things. You're really going to hit two out of the three? Please. I do want to add in at the end.
This guy went to murder. Just think that. All about the meal. So you got these type of guys out here.
Though that even if you are a worker and you're in the middle of an exchange, he's taking you out to eat and now it's time for you to give up the sugar, you can still say no and then just reimburse him for the meal. Like it's not that complicated. It's really not. One of you are going to end up seriously hurt doing this, and while nobody has the right to harm you,
That was the cleanup. If you sit there and listen to him, that part right there, that was the cleanup to the murder. That was the cleanup.
Three, please. I do want to add in at the end, though, that even if you are a worker and you're in the middle of an exchange, he's taking you out to eat and now it's time for you to give up the sugar, you can still say no and then just reimburse him for the meal. Like it's not that complicated. It's really not. One of you are going to end up seriously hurt doing this, and while nobody has the right to harm you, you will certainly be giving them every reason to. Please stop.
With that being said, man, my take on it is there are people that are definitely going to play on your emotions, and that's exactly what it is. And that's been going on for years, playing on your emotions. And if you fall into the lines of being a sucker and you give up money just because of that fact, these type of guys out here who are willing to pay for it, that's been going on, man. Pimping and hoeing been going on for years. If you don't want to be one of these guys who get used and abused, be smart with your money, man. Don't be an idiot.